The FBI says it has not opened its own investigation into the Georgia shootings. In a statement, an FBI spokesperson wrote, "If in the course of the local investigations information comes to light of a potential federal violation, the FBI is prepared to investigate." For more on this, I want to bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Danny, good morning. So let's talk about what a lot of people are wondering here, and that's why this case has not been labeled a hate crime. What would investigators need to see in order to officially call it that?
This is the challenge of hate crimes, because traditionally, we don't care why people commit crimes. We don't care why you robbed the bank. We care that the bank was robbed. But hate crimes occupy a unique space in American criminal law because they focus on the motive, why the crime was committed. And either it enhances the penalty or it creates a separate crime. And generally speaking, the federal government will stay out of a case unless it doesn't vindicate a federal interest. And if the state has an adequate hate crimes law in place, that's another reason the federal government may not choose to get involved.
So, Danny, we all heard in that first press conference that investigators said that the suspect told them these shootings were not racially motivated, but instead a result of a sex addiction. But how much weight did the suspect's claims have on an investigation?
And again, you see the challenge of deciding what the person's motive was before you charge them with a crime. American criminal law cares about intent. Did you intend to do the crime? That's all we need. But in this case, where a suspect says my motive was based on a sex addiction, you might have a stronger argument that the crime was motivated by gender, at least more than race at this moment. But of course, then they can look through things like text messages, social media. They can find out all kinds of surrounding facts that may give some hint as to motive. But again, if there is ultimately no motive found whatsoever, then it's likely that you may not see federal involvement.
The suspect is currently facing 8 counts of murder and 1 count of aggravated assault. But what would additional charges could he face if investigators did find evidence of a hate crime?
It's interesting because in Georgia just passed hate crimes legislation, I believe, in 2020, and it allows for an enhancement. It takes an existing crime and it adds a penalty on top of it, which is, I believe, 2 years for felony crimes. Now, it could be that the federal government may look at that. The FBI may say, you know, that's not enough. 2 years isn't enough to vindicate our substantial federal interest in stamping out hate crimes or crimes of bias. And for that reason, they may want to intervene. And then you can get an array of different federal statutes that provide for additional enhanced penalties. But if Georgia has an adequate law, it's possible that the federal government may not make an appearance.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.